and Carolyn, now here on the news at 5 o'clock, new drone video of the crash site where Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 7 others were killed. We also have details from investigators tonight about the moments just before that accident and the touching tribute to a coach killed on that same helicopter. Good evening. I'm Chuck.
And I'm Colleen Williams. The National Transportation Safety Board just updated us on the investigation within the past hour, and they officially identified Kobe Bryant as one of the victims in Sunday's crash in Calabasas. The NTSB released this drone video of the crash site earlier today. All of the bodies have been recovered from the scene. No official cause of the accident yet, but officials say they will issue their first report in about 10 days.
NBC4's Patrick Healy begins our team coverage tonight on the crash with new details from that NTSB update. Patrick?
Chuck and Colleen, the NTSB already has drawn some conclusions from what has been able to see in the wreckage and manuals and other information it has gathered. It now knows that there was no terrain avoidance and warning system aboard that helicraft. That is a helicopter, I should say. That is a system that could have warned the pilot of the approaching mountain. We also learned from the NTSB that the helicopter was in an extremely steep and rapid descent at the time of impact.
We know that the helicopter was at 2,300 feet when it lost communications with air traffic control. The descent rate for the helicopter was over 2,000 feet a minute. So we know that this was a high-energy impact crash.
We now know the helicopter was making a left turn and descending when it crossed over the neighborhood in Las Virgenes Canyon. And now from a doorbell recording, you will hear the final seconds of that ill-fated flight.
All of a sudden I heard a pop, and it was quiet.
Another neighbor, Chuck Bryant, came outside from his nearby home after emergency responders had begun arriving below the slope, and the fog deck has already thinned and lifted enough that his cell phone camera could see the white smoke rising from the wreckage on the mountainside. Both he and the neighbor whose Nest doorbell recorder heard the impact told us they are sharing their recordings with the NTSB investigation that made a public plea for help. Federal investigators back on site for a second day and providing this close-up video from Monday of crews at work with help from a drone camera to map a debris field that extends some 600 feet. Within it, the tail section is the largest piece of wreckage, much of it smaller and being collected into white plastic bags. This afternoon, less than 2 hours ago at 2:15, investigators had a sheriff's helicopter fly overhead with a hook at the end of a cable to begin carrying away the collected wreckage. The helicopter made several trips. And authorities confirmed at the briefing this evening that they have completed the recovery of the wreckage from that crash site, which is on that mountain you see over my shoulder. However, they are not releasing that scene yet because, as Sheriff Villanueva explained, there is spilled fuel and other contaminants from the accident, from the crash. They will have to decontaminate that scene before they can reopen that area to the public. We also learned from the NTSB's Jennifer Hamady that a phone call briefing was held today with the families of the deceased. Out of respect for their privacy, she declined to discuss those conversations. For now, reporting live from the Sheriff's Lost Hills station in Agoura, half a mile from the crash site, Patrick Healy, NBC4 News. Back to you.